In October 2007, Nissan unveiled one of the most influential cars of my generation, the R35 GT-R. It succeeded a famous array of Skyline models, including the R33 and 34, and although it deviated from this heritage on paper, it was every bit as potent. And then some. It accelerated faster to 60 than nearly everything else on the road when it debuted, and for a small fraction of the price of most things that could keep up with it, earning it the nickname Godzilla. My dad was able to test drive one at a dealership while I was still in high school, and he brought me along for a ride I wouldn't soon forget.
Just hold it there and we'll let go. Beast. Going straight back to me, just put it down on top, and then the right foot, just push it to the floor. That's awesome. It's like, oh my god. Can I do that one more? Absolutely.
Whew, that launch control, it was so powerful. Huge shout out to the rep, by the way, who let us do this. I'm not sure where he is today, but he was an absolute champ. We were literally just ripping this car up in the back parking lot of the dealership. I loved this car, and I've never really had an opportunity to scoop one up on the cheap until now. If I'm being honest, I didn't really expect to win this. I sort of just stumbled into the auction, saw the GT-R and figured, why not, I'll bid, and my cap will be a hard 40 grand based on the damage I can see in these photos. And it actually worked. We have a Nissan GT-R to rebuild as our second car ever on this channel. As you can imagine, I was ecstatic. 30,000 miles or so for a 2014 model year. That's a DBA generation GT-R. Yes, it has a salvage title, but I didn't care in the moment. The crash damage didn't seem that bad, and for the price I paid, I felt I had plenty of wiggle room in a future budget. That was until I found the previous owner's Instagram handle, which is actually fairly easy to spot in this photo here. This person's name is Matt, and judging from one of these uploads to his Instagram page, this car was in a more serious accident than these photos led me to initially believe. I've reached out to Matt for comment, though I know some folks hesitate to talk about experiences like these. I understand that, so I can't promise you anything from his side, but from the looks of things, someone either pulled out in front of him or vice versa, and you can see fluid all over the ground. Now, this car does have an oil cooler, I believe, on the passenger side. If that was damaged, then it's possible this car was running with little to no oil pressure. Rebuilding this S5 was super fun, and I've learned a ton, so I think it is time we step it up a bit. Now, the GT-R is just around the corner, and we don't exactly know how we're gonna pull it off of the truck. See, there are a few extra problems with the car that we didn't initially know about. Only a few days after winning the auction and scheduling delivery, the truck driver sent me these photos here. One of them shows the front suspension, especially on the driver's side where the impact was the hardest, all out of whack. So I was nervous about even trying to get this car off of the truck because I didn't have any special tools, a special crane or anything. Worst case, we'd have to drag it with my truck. It looks so good. It looks so good. From like the first third back, it looks great. We'll just focus on that for now. Howdy, sir. Yes, sir. How's it going? You doing all right? Good, Adrian. Thankfully, the truck driver, Adrian, was super chill. He loaded the Nissan at the very end of his truck, so we didn't have to move anything else out of the way to drag it off, if again that was needed. There is, so there's a tow hook. So the DBAs have a little area to screw in a tow hook, actually right through this. Looks like it's been used before. So we can screw the tow hook into there and pull it. The neutral lockout switch is in the center. Thankfully, Nissan includes a shift lock release in the center consoles of modern GT-Rs. This allows us to shift the car into neutral without having to give it accessory power. And we'd later find out the battery in this one is totally dead. And so after popping that, and with a good shove from Adrian, somehow we managed to roll this thing off of his truck.
Yeah.
Hey, you did it! Are we clear?
Huge shout to Adrian. He literally just
pushed this car off of his truck himself. And again, that's with a suspension that is highly questionable on the driver's side here. That's gonna be fun to dive into later. Now we need to drag this to the house. And Tommy, you're just gonna be a passenger in here, and I'm gonna drag you literally with my truck.
Passenger princess.
So yeah.
Yeah, ram it in there, bro.
Yeah, it's gonna be off center a bit, but it's better than not being towed. I think we're just gonna go around the crash bar, which I know is probably a little cringy, but we're not going far. This is staying off of main roads entirely. Just trying to drag this through the neighborhood.
How are we getting up the driveway?
That is a question I have not yet answered.
You have a winch on the truck?
Nope. Yep.
Does your neighbors have a cool Jeep with a winch?
Yep. I've got a Chevy Colorado ZR2 with some horse purse, and we're gonna figure it out.
You get Amazon over a winch. Were you in Boy Scouts?
No. So I have no idea how to tie these. I think you just like loop like one through the other.
Yeah, I was in Boy Scouts for a couple weeks, so I didn't learn anything. No knots.
This is what this is what I hired you for, Tommy. I'm supposed to know
I
how
could
to
tie a fishing knot. Hey man, you did it!
Dude, look how good she looks. Wait, this is her good side right now, okay? But we're gonna make it all her good side eventually.
Is that your first tow job?
That is my first sketchy tow job. Yeah.
You did great.
Just kind of like tie stuff around other things. Also, shout out to Eric across the street. He was the one that threw these what are they, tow cables, whatever, tow straps. They are super helpful in times like these. And the Nissan was surprisingly compliant. So I know you said you were hearing some interesting sounds in the cabin, but we really had no choice apart from maybe like getting some sort of, I don't know, like tow truck or something. But we're gonna have to replace a lot of the suspension on the driver's side anyway, so that's probably why it's making weird noises.
Here she is then, all tucked away in our garage, where I expect she'll be for a good while. I still can't believe we managed to pull this off.
So this is my 2014 Nissan GT-R that we scored for just under 40 grand. Now we're gonna go through a lot of the finances a little later in the video, especially when we get an idea of what parts need to be replaced. But I wanted to start with the back end of the car because, well, Tommy, as you show him, it's pretty good shape. I don't know if there's any underlying damage. I don't think there is, based on what I'm seeing here. But the story definitely changes as we work our way toward the front. I'll just give you a little glimpse of the interior here. You can see in some of the photos earlier, this car, inside at least, looks very, very clean. I love the red interior. It's such a good combo with the gray. We have one blown airbag, should be a quick pop in. You can see right here, this one is a direct replacement, OEM, brand new for about 750 bucks. It could be a lot worse. There could be curtain airbags and things that had gone off. So we were spared on that front. And from the sound of it, we'll get into this a bit more possibly later as well. The original owner, at least the owner when the car crashed, made it out okay. He seems to be healthy. So that's also very good, very important. The right side, the passenger side of the car, seems okay as well. Surprisingly, I couldn't tell if this fender was in good shape from the crash or not, just from the Copart photos, but it seems to be all the way around the headlight as well in really good shape. We might actually get lucky here and be able to reuse this one, and that's a good thing because these fenders are not cheap from Nissan, new or used for that matter. The hood is definitely gonna need to be replaced. Do you think we can get this buffed out, Tommy? You think?
Is that aluminum?
We might be able to save it. I honestly
Aluminum?
have no idea. Probably aluminum because it's like kind of flexible and stuff. So feels like aluminum. But yeah, this is going to be a replacement. Hopefully not too expensive. We had a little trouble with the S5 finding a hood. I imagine we'll run into the same issue with the GT-R. The front is missing. The bumper's gone. The crash bar is a little bent out of shape. Might be something we can reuse. Although if it is bent in any way, shape, or form, it's probably just best to replace it outright. a lot of our electronics and things up here are either just missing or completely sheared off. So a big replacement there. And then, yeah, the driver's side. This is where the car took the brunt of the impact. So we have some suspension damage. The driver's side front wheel is angled in a direction it shouldn't be currently. That's why it was so difficult to get up here. Looks like part of the tire, in fact, was just sheared off from the crash possibly. So whatever this guy hit, it was not willing to give way easily. I don't know much about frames. I do see a bit of bending here up front, but I'm hopeful that we could just replace the front section without having to do any framework, because that is well outside my wheelhouse. And then the piece de resistance, the engine, the beautiful VR38. We're gonna do a few things to test to make sure that nothing in here needs to be replaced. Yeah, I'm not prepared for that kind of bill if anything bad happened to it. But we really shouldn't invest any more money in this until we really understand the scope of what is involved here. The only person I know who can work on and repair frame damage and body damage is a man named Jack from Jack Builds It. And Jack conveniently, I hate to say this because it's going to sound like I totally moved here just because Jack is close. Jack is just down the road from us, and I want to try giving him a call to see if he could give us any pointers on the frame, especially on this side of the car where, again, it looks like metal was pretty bent. Yo, hey, what's up, man? Thanks for taking the call, because I really think I'm gonna need your expertise on this, your guidance. It's a Nissan GT-R, 2014, just under 40 grand at the auction. So, well, you say that. Let's see what you think after you see the damage, because it's quite a bit. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. So he tried to make a right, but somebody wanted to make a left. That's not great. It's not bad. It's not that bad.
Okay. Well, your version of not that bad is probably not my version of not that bad. So, okay, great.
So there's a frame extension. The rail is actually behind that.
Oh.
It looks as if the rail probably. Oh yeah.
Is that the
Yes,
the actual? Yeah.
That's making a left.
Oh.
It should be making a right.
Oh boy. Okay.
I'm gonna say that rail is toast.
Oh, okay. All right. It's toast, Tommy. It's just toast. Okay. So, what all does that entail then? I'm assuming a lot of this has to be moved out of the way then, yeah?
The only problem with these modern cars is, even though this is a steel frame rail, they use aluminum upper strut towers. So when you pull those, they have a chance to crack or delaminate the glue that they use to bond those together. So unfortunately, because of that, the safe way to do this is to replace literally the whole front end.
Okay.
I don't know if you know this about me, but I worked at Nissan for about 6.5 years. The first time I saw one of these hit, I was like, man, that thing has got a lot of parts in there. So it's going to be fun, because I'm going to tell you right now, there's probably thousands of bolts on that front end. What I would do is I would take everything apart first, discover what else needs to be replaced, and then go from there. But how about this? I got a deal for you. So I'm super busy, as always, working on the Noble right now. I should be hopefully done with the bodywork here soon. But how about I come over there and help you put frame rails in, which we could do on the floor in your garage, and prove to people that you could do amazing work in a garage that has no tools.
Dude, is it Chris? There's I'm Jack. Firstly, you're taking on projects that I can only really dream of at this point. But
well, you just did that now, so.
Okay, all right. Well, I was expecting a slight ease into things, but it sounds like I'm definitely in over my head.
You dove in the deep end.
This is a lot, man. I mean, I was initially just calling just to get your take on it, but I mean, that's a huge, that would be mega, but I know you're super busy. So,
I want to.
That's a yes, Jack. That's a yes. Please.
We need your help. Okay.
I think this would be cool. I think we should do something together.
Dude, I just want to give you a huge hug, man. Like, just for even offering. That's, I mean, we did digital hug.
Yeah.
Here we go. All right, get in here, Tommy. Woo! Dude, okay. I will try to meet you as close to the way there as I can. We will strip this down literally as far as the front end will go. I mean, this is way beyond anything I've ever done before. Probably way beyond anything Tommy's ever done.
No.
But yeah, we're.
Does the dash have to come out?
Everything.
No, not the dash. Oh no.
You're gonna have a lot of fun. We are gonna have fun.
From the outside, it's going to look like 2/3 of a car because the first third of it is going to be completely gutted.
So that is seats, dash, center console. I'm assuming that's like.
Yeah.
Basically everything. Okay. I will be a very astute student. I will be watching how you weld and do all that. Try to learn as much as I can from you.
Too.
I'm gonna weld too. No, you might end up regretting that.
We're going to put you through some practice runs, and I'll have you welding in a couple hours. Easy.
Wow.
Dude, I did not buy this car expecting to weld anything.
Sick.
Oh
Not a bolt-on game anymore.
no! Oh no!
Are there any returns? Can we return the GTR?
I don't think so.
So basically, I'll just show you something really quick. This is what you're going to be doing. You're basically taking everything out, and then you're going to cut the rails right there at the front over here in this area, both upper and lower, both of them probably, and then put a new piece in, put your cradle in place, put this guy in place, maybe the core support as well, and then you're going to set it up on there and align it and weld it together.
Okay, and just for a sanity check, we're going to be doing all of this in my garage.
Yes. Easily.
Easily. Again, Jack's version of easy is a little different than mine.
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad. Yeah, everything sounds great on paper. Okay, Jack, this was super informative, and I don't want to take up any more of your time right now because it sounds like I'll be taking up quite a bit of it later. So thank you so much for the insight. I will do my best, good sir, well, I guess Tommy and I both, I'm going to be needing his help plenty if we're going to be doing what it sounds like we're going to be doing. But we'll try to get this thing ready for you. I don't have an ETA, but we'll keep you updated, I suppose.
Deal with a dragon trip when these are done.
Dude, I'm down for that.
Ooh, that's cool.
I'm down for that. Hey, this would be a Jack builds it car essentially. Yeah, that would be awesome. Oh man, that would be so cool. All right, man. Well, we'll get to work on this, and best of luck over there. Again, we're just down the road, so if you need any help, just to even hold a body panel or something, just don't hesitate to call us in the meantime. All right.
All right, see you guys.
Cool. See you, Jack.
Bye.
Thank you.
Oh man, this isn't good. Greg, you all right?
Yeah. I'm just contemplating what we've gotten ourselves into.
I thought you were checking the lawn. Looks good.
This is the good side.
Oh.
Don't show them over there. It's a work in progress. I don't know, man. This is a lot more. I'm just being dead honest with you and the camera, I guess. It's just a lot more than I thought we were getting into.
He said it's easy. It's gonna be a piece of cake.
You keep saying that, but his version of easy is like not.
If Jack said he's not leaving until it's done.
I know, but we're gonna owe him big time, dude. He's doing us such a solid.
That's true. A pizza party. We could get him
party.
a pizza
Chuck
party.
E. Cheese. That's
Chuck E. Cheese.
That's good. All right, back in the game. 3 things I know we're going to need right off the bat based on our conversation with Jack. For one, we're going to need a front clip. If we can't secure a front clip for this car, there's no sense in moving forward. I'm sure we can find one. Logistics, that's going to be the issue, right? We're going to need some quick jacks because doing all of this with floor jacks and jack stands is going to be a major pain. And 3, we are going to need... I totally forgot the third one. Oh, an engine hoist, which I think we can buy at our local Advance Auto. Check it out. We got some. So we're going to get 4 of these just for redundancy. And floor jacks, is that what they're called? Or no, the quick jacks.
Quick jacks.
Quick jacks. We're going to get quick jacks from Freddie Tafarish coming in clutch. Thank you, Freddie, if you're watching this video.
I think we could arrange it like Tetris.
I totally forgot we had cardboard back here. I meant to run that to the...
Let's just pick up this small engine hoist and, oh, we also have the quick jacks. Those are huge. Maybe we could throw that in Freddie's dumpster.
My order of operations is so jacked up right now.
Oh, Jack.
Jack's helping us. All right, well, that took almost all day. But we spent some good time at Freddie's shop. You know, it's always great catching up with Freddie and seeing all of the various projects that he is not knee-deep in, more like face deep in. He's got a lot going on, but it was really cool. And again, super big shout out to him for letting us borrow these quick jacks, which are gonna come in super handy. So Tom, you ready to set the camera down and help me unload?
Let's do it.
All right.
Look at this is really a game changer though.
A lot of people in the comments have been telling us to get quick jacks, and well, I didn't buy any, but we're gonna borrow these for a little while.
We're gonna put them to good use.
Yeah, put them to good use. Thank you again, Freddie.
This car needs a lot of work, and it seems like the only logical place to start is in stripping everything we no longer need. Crash bar, core support, intercooler, radiator, AC condenser, and with every piece came an additional price tag, so I did everything I could to save what seemed okay. Even things as trivial as horns I decided to keep. $20 here, $40 there. In the end, I expect it'll make a noticeable difference.
Just like a loose piece, just chilling. Just falls apart.
The headlight was up next, and that's singular, not plural. In truth, I had no idea where the other one went. Maybe it was left at the scene of the crash, but even this one was a bit damaged, so we'd be replacing the pair, unfortunately. I then turned my attention to the crash bar, and before we could pull core support, we had to somehow pry this thing off while being bent in places that made nut and bolt access next to impossible. But alas, we managed to make it work. Somehow.
Now, we don't want to get ahead of ourselves because a big unknown here is the engine. Now, it did show, again, running and driving. I just want to remind you all, this car was running in the Copart yard, but it had an oil light, engine oil. I'm assuming it's like it's oil pressure. So maybe the oil pump or something was damaged in the crash. I'm not sure where it is on this engine. I do, though, want to check the dipstick, and we'll just see. So it looks like there is oil in it. Let's clean it off real fast, throw it back in, and see if we have a level. All we're really looking for is the engine to turn over. And that's not gonna be, it's not gonna be very happy with that, with the way that the air boxes are. But that's full. It doesn't look the greatest. Yeah, we're gonna be changing that oil. This car has not leaked any oil, or coolant for that matter, but there's been no leaks. It's been sitting in the garage for a full day, not a single drip on the ground or in the road, any of that when we were unloading it from the truck. So whatever oil is in here, it seems to be contained. I'm just not sure if it's going to be circulating. That's my only worry. If we turn it over even for a few seconds, if it's not getting proper oil pressure, then it's not going to be squirting along the pistons and upper end of the cylinder walls to prevent scoring or anything. That's my only worry. But it was already run like that, again, at Copart. So if any damage has occurred, it's a little too late for that. So before we go any further, let's just turn it over very fast. We're gonna have to jump it for that because battery's also dead. So this one, we've actually done sponsor work before on the main channel. This is from Type S. And this one has a little screen too. So it'll tell us, hopefully,
Do you know they sponsor drifting?
if anything's wrong. Oh, really?
That's really cool.
No way.
Yeah,
Oh.
and Larry Chen.
Let's see what we get on this one. See, that's our screen. So it's gonna hopefully tell us if we do have something else wrong that we can't account for on our pack. Clamp cables to battery. Okay, it says ready, start vehicle ignition.
Oh. Type S.
Are we gonna do this?
Well, roll your windows down first
Okay.
so we don't forget that. Can you do that? Or no?
Accessory. Yep.
There we go. Okay.
All right.
All right, now I'm going home. See you later.
Okay.
Just kidding.
I'm worried this is gonna sound so bad because it's not gonna get boost. It's just going straight into the throttle bodies, really. But here we go. Good enough. Good enough. Good enough. So this could very well be what it is. The fact that, the engine's just trying to pull air straight in through these throttle bodies. So this is, I think, a little like recirc system here. But it would normally get pulled through an air box with MAF sensors, and none of that is connected. So that it's probably why it has no idea how to start smoothly, because it's just getting dumped a ton of air without any regulation at all. We're gonna bank on that being the case. We've got the windows rolled down as well, because well, in coupes, right, the windows are supposed to move down a tad before they close, and we didn't have power for a good while, so the window was just slamming against the pillars, and yeah, don't want to break any glass. We're already gonna be in deep financially as it stands.
No sense in waiting any longer, time to remove the hood, and for that I was thankful to have Tommy on standby. The intercoolers proved extremely difficult to remove on their own. Ideally, they'd unlatch along with the entire core support further back, so we could have in theory skipped this step, but things were so mangled and crushed up here that it made our order of operations a bit wonky. A lot of tugging and cutting later, and they finally dropped free.
Alright, so we can see that these air boxes were clearly just tossed in here. So I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get in contact with the previous owner, and I don't hold this against him. I'd probably do the same thing if I had expensive parts in here, but it's very clear that after the crash, the previous owner just shoved a bunch of random stuff back in here. So all the OEM stuff is just sitting, most of it not attached officially, and that's probably another reason why the car was not wanting to start very easily. You can see there aren't even filters in here. It's just coming straight from one end to the other. Definitely gonna save these MAF sensors. I'm not sure if the driver's side is still intact, but we might be able to reuse these. And so these are mass air flow. So air will flow in one direction here, and that'll tell the car how to mix the right amount of fuel for a nice even burn. I am curious about this one, if it will have an intact MAF sensor. Good Lord, this, I don't know. Oh, actually this one's hooked up.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why he bothered connecting one but not the other. Like this was the bad side of the car too. So
He probably did all the work and he's like, at the end, he's
he
like,
just
oh,
gave up.
forget it.
Yeah, no, I don't blame him. I don't
I
blame
gotta
him.
go get Sonics, I gotta leave.
Yeah, we're gonna try to get in contact with him again. No pressure. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. We do have the footage on Instagram of the crash. And again, just to reiterate, it sounds like he is okay.
If you could put this engine in another car, what would it be? Or truck.
A Nissan Juke. All right, they already did that.
Yeah, that's
The Juke
true.
R. I heard they only made like 5.
That's so cool,
Yeah,
though.
dude. Like, can you imagine like one of the ugliest cars Nissan ever made with one of the best engines they ever made? It's just like a beautiful disaster. You would think they used like rubber cement or something to keep this. That's not coming out. Holy cow.
All right, guys, if we get this off, you gotta subscribe. No pressure, Greg.
Don't speak a little too soon there, Tommy.
No pressure.
Oh my gosh, dude, this is like, again, we're replacing all of this. That's so, yeah, I think we're also going to be replacing this. So that's a Mitsubishi part, by the way.
Oh, it is.
See that? Hey, look at that. A little bit of collab. That's pretty cool.
I already put the HCAS one on, so.
GG.
Well, it came with it
Oh.
20 years ago.
Well, there you go.
I wonder what the mileage is on that mic blow off valve. Do you have to rebuild those?
Dude.
Do you want subscribers?
I'm trying here, okay? There's a lot of pressure. Would you just, there's like a little nipple on the end that's like being very unforgiving right now.
Come on! Yeah!
Holy cow.
Oh.
Wow, that was
Okay.
the worst.
What do you say?
Please subscribe.
Is that going to be just as hard to get out?
I mean, literally, dude, I was going to take this side out any...
Oh, is that for the like button?
This car is already getting a little tempered with me. I see how this one's going to go. Nothing like that Audi.
It's your first Japanese car, right?
Yeah, you know, I thought this would be easy. And so far, a few questionable ways things were mounted, but I mean, who am I to judge? I'm not designing cars for a living. It's okay. We'll know more when we get toward engine removal, because that is, I mean, that's tough no matter who manufactures.
I'm glad you came to terms with that.
Okay, we're just like, this is coming off. It's just in the way at this point. Weather stripping, the hood seal, whatever. Yeah, let's move on. Oh, here's our other box. I guess that's where the filter.
Filterless?
Yeah, filter would go in there. All right. So yeah, rocking no filter. I put that in backwards. And looks like we do have our second MAF sensor. I don't know why I'm excited about that. It's only going to save us a few bucks, but it's cool that it's intact.
What if they're $100 each?
We're going to be reusing these. If
Yeah,
they're $100
see?
each. Hey, $100 saved is $100 saved. I love it when car companies use Phillips screws to hold things in. It's just so simple. Brings me back to the good old PC days. I'm willing to humble myself and say that PC building is a lot easier than this. So shout out to you car guys who have been doing this for a long while. Mechanics who are certified, been doing it 20, 30, 40 years. You guys are not afraid to get down and dirty. And there's a lot to any rebuild, let alone one with potential frame damage. Actually, it's not even potential at this point. We know for certain that that's frame damage.
And this was just the start. Removing bits and pieces here and there, anyone can do. We haven't even prepped the engine for removal or touched the interior, which will all need to come out for a proper frame job. I know I've said this already, but I genuinely had no idea we'd be this deep into a project that looked like this on Copart. But maybe that's just my inexperience showing.
I don't exactly know where this journey will take us, but I do know that the folks we have on our side will see it through. We have such a good support system behind us. Jack is going to be a mega help. So again, huge shout out to Jack. Be sure to subscribe to him. Jack Builds It, going to be linked below. Freddie for letting us borrow these quick jacks, which is going to save us so much time. Of course, that's Tavarish. And who knows who else we might be able to collab with to get this car back to road-worthy status. Thank you so much for coming along for the ride. Consider subscribing to stay tuned for the next episode. My name's Greg. Thanks for building with me.